Good afternoon, everybody. John Zegar. How is everyone? Welcome. Let's see, Sunday afternoon, overcast. I don't know, supposed to get up to 45 or something like that. It's, what time is it? 5 minutes to 2. So it's pretty nice outside. I don't know if it's 45 degrees or not, but it's pretty nice out. Welcome, everybody. So I'm at home, and I'm drinking out of my red Solo cup some awful soda. Actually, I like the soda. The soda's just awful for me. But it's a pretty nice day. It's nice being home. I've been out working. I've been out all morning. Went out earlier to go to the gym, and of course I work out for a couple hours a day. Sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little shorter. I do a lot of weightlifting, and I don't know, I'm getting pretty close to benching over 300 pounds. So it's starting to pay off a little bit, I think. Happy about that. I'm very happy about that. I feel good. I actually do feel really good. No reason to really feel bad, I guess. I've been to the dentist last week and have to go back to the dentist this coming week, so trying to get some of that stuff taken care of as well. But I do a lot of research on healing, self-healing, and it's not all focused on, Dr. Joe seems to be the person most talk about, but I don't exclusively, spend my time on Dr. Joe. I love what he does, and I think it's outstanding, and it's great, and it's has become easy to understand. But there's lots. I talked about this a few days ago, actually. There's a lot of different camps that talk about self-healing, getting well, recovering. I guess they talk about terminal illnesses and things of that nature. So today I want to talk about another camp. And I just wanted to make that clear that when I do talk about self-healing and different aspects or concepts about it, they're not all exclusively Dr. Joe's. And if any Dr. Joe students or Dr. Joe, which, I'm sure he would have little to no interest in listening to anything I have to say, but, his, what's the name of his company? They kind of survey people to make sure they're not saying things that are copyrighted by Dr. Joe. That's been the latest controversy. And of course, he has no copyrights to anything. Any words that he uses are just words out of the dictionary, and anybody can use them. I know they've tried to stop other people with their meditations on YouTube because they pretty similar to what Dr. Joe's saying, in one of his or several of his meditations. And who gives a heck? It's for public, and there isn't any copyright to anything that I know of. I'm not an attorney, so I have no idea. But people are free to use words that he uses, and he certainly has no exclusive right to any words, nor aspects of psychology, nor neuroscience, nor quantum mechanics or anything. He just talks about his concept, and anybody can use it or not use it or say their own thing. So I'm not really intimidated by him and all of that, although I guess a lot of people are turning off to Dr. Joe. His latest meditation or two has gotten some negative reviews as well. I've listened to parts of it. I think it's the one on the pineal gland, which I really wanted to hear. I'm really looking forward to that, the one that Dr. Joe does, but I think he has a couple or a few. I have no idea. I'm just wanting to listen to his meditation on the pineal gland. So I went to the most recent one that I could find. I think it's his newest one. And it sounded like a Broadway show or something. Some weird voice, and I couldn't even understand the continuity of where he was going with it or what he was trying to say, or I didn't even understand the words. It was bizarre. I went back on the internet and just kind of glanced at a couple comments from other people, and there were people that were downright angry. What are we supposed to do with this? How are we supposed to make heads or tails out of this? And I don't know his intention, so therefore it might have been something just he was doing as a joke, or maybe he wasn't real serious about that particular meditation. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm anxious, and I'm anxiously waiting for Dr. Joe to send out a meditation that possibly I could buy, if at all possible, on the pineal gland. And I want to participate and listen to his, but that thing that he just did, I think was a joke. I'm not sure. I've been in psychology for 49 years, and I have no idea what the hell he was talking about. But I will anxiously wait for the opportunity to make a purchase of a meditation by him, on the pineal gland. But I don't know. Everybody's entitled to do different things at different points, and he's certainly entitled to do that. And there you go. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about another camp. Not his camp, just another camp. Just some concepts that they have. I really haven't got it down to a science of what they're doing. I really don't. But I've been listening to some of their stuff last night, today again, just trying to go over and over with it and get some conceptualization of where they're going. They had some excellent points. And I guess what I'll do is try to talk about a little bit, just some points that came to mind as I was listening, jotted a little note down or two. And then as I better understand it and get a better handle on it, I'll go ahead and come back and talk about it specifically. So again, what we're discussing today is kind of just my first impression of some of the things that were interesting to me. Here's one of them. And I'm going to give you just bits and pieces in no order, okay? So one of the things it talked about was that energy, we're all energy forms. We all know that. But do we actually know that? Most people live in the Newtonian world, three-dimensional world, where matter is really important, and little conversation is spent on particle and waves and matter and energy and that sort of thing. And most people just, we're human beings. This is my body. This is me as matter, and that's the way the world goes around. And oh yeah, by the way, everything's energy. I am energy, and you are energy, and all that kind of stuff. But these people take it a little bit further. If we have negative energy, right, as opposed to pure energy, if we have a disease, an illness, a sickness, something wrong with us, lack, I don't know, life's not going well, career, money, relationships, our energy is probably got some negative stuff going on in there. Okay? And they're saying that's how you acquire all those various negative things I just went through. It's a part, it's an aspect of it. That's how you get it. That's how you upregulate it, the genes. Right? They're actually saying, and again, don't take me to court on all this stuff because I'm trying to understand it myself. They're saying we have all that stuff already in us, all the negatives. And it just determines, it just is determined by the fact of whether our energy at the time is negative or positive. They're using the word pure. If we can purify our energy, right, then we rid ourselves of disease and sickness and all the stuff I went through. It's not a bad concept. I mean, everybody's kind of saying that, but this is their take on it. This is their spin on it. And it really intrigued me, and I like that. So, in other words, and again, what everybody is saying in all of the different camps seem to be similar or like kind, all right? So they go on to talk about, if your thoughts and emotions are negative, then, you have negative energy. Your energy is not pure, right? And that's where you end up getting sick. What's another thing they were talking about? So, our consciousness is what holds or doesn't hold disease, right? So the second thing they were saying that I'm going to try to explain to you guys is that the disease, for instance, think of a disease, think of any disease, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, there you go. You know, everybody, you know, it's in your body. However it got there, right, which we've all kind of been educated on. And they're saying it's not in your body, it's in your mind or your consciousness. Now think about that. That was fascinating to me, because here's the deal. The disease is not in your body, it's in your mind. And of course you understand your mind is not your brain, and you know, it's not your head, it's your consciousness. It's independent of everything else that's functioning, right? Our consciousness determines our reality. Not our brain, right? Our consciousness determines our reality. So they're saying that your cardiovascular disease is not down there in your heart or some aspect of your body. I'm not a doctor, but it's rather, excuse me, it's in your consciousness, your mind. Here's what they go on to say, and then they get on in more detail, but they go on to say and suggest and encourage and point out that if you can get the disease out of your consciousness, your mind, then you no longer have the disease in your body. Pretty cool, huh? Now, everybody has an aspect of this. I've been finding out. Everybody seems to have a little bit of everything that everybody else has. But I thought this was fascinating also, in that the disease they were trying to dramatize is not in your body, it's in your mind, which is independent of your body, and it's your consciousness. Therefore, you brought it on, and you can take it away. See how it's real similar to what other people are saying? So they go on to say, the consciousness holds our disease, which is really a function of our perception. In other words, you manifest your disease, right? The consciousness determines your perception and beliefs, which in turn manifest disease or health. Follow that? So they go on to talk about belief system and perceptions. Again, this is common amongst a lot of other camps. And they give very specific examples. One example was a guy who had a tumor on his hip. Untreatable form of cancer. They sent him home. Everything deteriorated, got worse. I guess his hip even sort of disintegrated. he goes to Lourdes, Lourdes, which is, that Christian spiritual place over in France where people go to be healed. And they get in the water, the pond, and due to their belief system, some people have miraculously been cured. This guy goes, and he goes in and a couple, 2, 3 times, goes home. Doctors do more scans, find out the cancer is shrinking in size, eventually goes away, and all of the hip bone replaces itself. And again, he's not a religious person. But the point they were trying to make was that his belief system was without any gaps. His belief was so strong that it, in a sense, purified his energy to where the atoms and the molecules and the cells and all of that stuff could communicate once again with each other and heal itself. All this stuff is getting real similar from different camps. This is a camp unrelated to, the law of attraction or Dr. Joe. This is a camp just I found. They don't even talk about those two camps. It's a camp that doesn't even talk about those people healed from religious reasons. Now, this one uses that as an example, but they're clear to point out that the guy's not religious and he's not there for a miracle. He's there for a self-healing. So he's kind of saying, and they're kind of saying, this camp is that the God, quote unquote, is inside each and every one of us. And we do have the capability to heal anything. It goes on to talk about we have the capability to manifest anything we want. Now they're not talking about silly things. They're talking about, pretty serious kinds of things. But if your energy is clean, meaning the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are coming in and out of you, that's part of your energy. If all that stuff is real clear and clean without negatives in there, that can allow you to start manifesting things and self-healing. Here's another aspect that they throw in there. And again, this is common amongst all the different camps. Everything around us is energy. This table I'm sitting around is energy. This book over here, this glass case, this notebook, everything's energy. And what they're saying is that if you're able to have pure enough energy to where you can tap into outside energy, quantum mechanics and the universe and the unified field. Now we're able to bring and tap into all of that. It heightens our ability to self-heal. What they said 14 billion years ago the Big Bang happened. I don't know. It's a number they used, and so I'm just reciting it. And that all of those atoms that exploded, right, got into everything, and everything got entangled. All right? Another word is enmeshed. So we all are entangled. Go look up entanglement. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But we're all part of one another. All of our energy is interconnected. That's what they're trying to say by that. As a result of the Big Bang, everything ended up being entangled. All of the cells and molecules and atoms and this, that, and the other thing all got enmeshed. Therefore, if we're able to, through the use of meditation, they talk about that, if we're able to use meditation to get into the unified field and tap into all of this other energy, it enhances the possibility of being self-healed. They also talk about there's a point in time where you just know whatever your disease is gone. And it may not be gone. It may still show up. I think in terms of myself there, because I gave up on this high blood pressure thing a long time ago, maybe a year ago. And I've been just perfectly fine. Now I might fall over and have a heart attack or a stroke here this afternoon, but I just feel and have felt marvelous, wonderful, healthy. Although the numbers seem to indicate my blood pressure is still high. I don't know. They're saying, as again the other camps are saying, you get to a point to where you just say, because you can feel it in your spirit, in your soul, in your gut. It's gone. It's just totally gone. And that's partly as a result of, having been hooked into the unified field and our environment so much and all the energy around us that it's caused healing. So that's a little bit of information on this new camp, you guys. I hope you're all kind of a little intrigued and excited. I'm going to go and study this some more, and then I'm going to get back to you and try to give you more specifics and more science, and after I have a better understanding of it. But anyway, Sunday afternoon, hope everybody's doing fine. Take care of one another. Look forward to talking to you all again soon. God bless one another. See you all later. Bye.